Hey, what's up? Siri Emerald here. Some of that set up here. How are y'all doing today? Thanks for joining the channel. Good seeing y'all. Go through a couple more things here. See your comments. Here we go. Alrighty. How y'all doing? I hope you've had a good week. Getting ready for Christmas. Making sure that Santa gets your list. And that you have been naughty or nice, whichever works best for you. So, last week I got 4 figures in the mail. This week I got 1. And so I still have a lot of other figures. But what I have is, which came in the mail, was a Captain America movie promo edition. And then last week was the Infinity War Thor and Black Panther T'Chaka, his dad. And I still have Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Rocket, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Star-Lord, Chitauri Commander, the Chitauri Commander and Foot Soldier Deluxe box, both of them in one, and the Rocket and Groot, both of them in one to go through. Or we can just discuss whatever you want, or I can talk about others, go over some of the other figures. One of the things I want to talk about today is the announcement yesterday by Hot Toys of their reissue of this. So I was preparing to make a video of that, and one of the things that I found interesting as I was gathering the data was that Hot Toys lists these figures as less than 15 inches tall, or not figures, these cases as less than 15 inches tall. I want to tell you that they are taller than 15 inches. They're 15 1/4 of an inch. Now that's not a lot here or there, but if space is an issue, it is something to keep in mind. They're 15 1/4 inches tall, which is 387 point something millimeters, and the 7 of them from end to end is 60 inches, 5 feet. And then you're going to need, considering the space from the back of the wall to here, is about, I don't know, I didn't measure, but maybe 2.5 feet of space there. Now, in the pictures they show this as well. They did not make an announcement of this being part of the new Hall of Armor that they're introducing, but for the simple fact that they're even displaying this with that, makes me think that they may be reissuing these in the future as well. And by the way, those are identical. The new ones that they're making are identical to the ones that they made before. There's no changes. And I wish they had made one very specific change. So I have all of these plugged in by one AC power unit. So if I wanted to turn them on and off, I have a switch here that I can use, that I can just press this button and I can turn them all off and then supply the power to them again, and they'll all come on at one time with just one power supply plugged into them. These lights here in the front are, if I remember correctly, it's either 2 or 3 AA batteries, each individually one of them, and they're not plugged in. And I don't have any batteries in any of them, and I haven't rigged them with an AC power. So that's the one thing that I wish that they had done in their reissue of that, was to fix that. They are offering it in 3 packages. They're offering the single unit, which is $110, I believe, maybe off the top of my head, or 120, something to that effect. 4-pack, which would be the Iron Man 2 version. The single pack actually would be the Marvel Avengers version, although they're not calling it that. But that's where we see the single is in Marvel Avengers. We don't see it in Stark Tower. Where we see it at is on the helicarrier when he goes to suit up. It's there that we see it. And then, of course, the 7-pack is the Iron Man 3 version. I'm probably going to get... I don't know what I'm going to get. It's funny to even talk about that. I would have never thought that I would need more, because I use these for my regular Hall of Armor, and I use that one obviously for the scene, but I have my War Machine down here that you may have seen, and they never discuss how Rhodey stores his, so I just have them all standing on the regular base from the Hall of Armor, and I've got the 4 of them there. And obviously when the Infinity War one comes, that one will go down there to the collection. But I was thinking maybe to get the Hall of Armor for him as well. So that Mark III that I painted into a Mark II, I have it in reference to that, but of course in the storyline, Tony took that back from Rhodey and built for him instead the War Machine Mark II for him right there, and then the Iron Patriot, and then the, what was that, the Avengers one, the new Avengers one, and then of course AOU, Infinity War. So guys, it's your show. You tell me what you want to do. Otherwise I was going to these boxes and start cracking it open. I have not a UV light yet. And so from my understanding, this Thor has some UV accessories, or his eyes light up. And I need to figure out how I'm going to do that. Also, close this door. I might be sounding way across around. Also, my Neon Tech Iron Man 4 is lit up. Hey, what's going on, Calvin? Why in the world do I have it's interesting, the Neon Tech Iron Man Mark IV Neon Tech and the Black Panther. Now, my understanding, the Black Panther actually comes with a light to display him with. That's kind of why I've been procrastinating, but I need to find a way of doing that. I don't know if any of you all know about that, how that even works. So I was sick this week. Man, oh man, oh man. Not a good thing to be. So let's see. Do I want to do Thor? Captain America movie edition. You know what? Let's open up T'Chaka. This is a concept art version, more or less, because we really, if I remember correctly, we never did see T'Chaka in his or did we? Did we see him in it? I don't remember if we did. I don't believe we did. So this will be one of those pieces that probably won't be collected by a lot of people, because there are people who collect specific pieces. Otherwise, I end up with, you know, a whole bunch of figures that they just can't manage anymore. But yeah, this is the concept by Ryan Meandering. I hate that I can't say his name properly. Oh, by the way, these I was researching lights. I didn't like how bright these were, and they're bright, but they're just the wrong color. So, in your light pursuit, watch for the wattage that they put out and read the Kelvin temperature that they are as well, because that will tell you what color light that this is. And this is a yellow light. I think it's 2700 Kelvin. I don't remember. But I wanted a more white light, which would be a different degree Kelvin. This is a really cool box. It's textured, of course, so you can feel this. I really like that. I wish that I had the ability to just show off my boxes. What's going on? Jeez, NKSG? I'll call you something if you want. NK, how you doing, man? So I love the artwork. They really put a lot of time into this. And some people, like myself including, just don't have the space to display these. And I wish I did. I wish I had the space that I could put this behind every single one of my figures, in a sense. Sometimes my figures go into diorama style displays. But the artwork on these are just so impressive. And this is so beautiful. I really love this. It even continues all the way around onto the back. It's absolutely gorgeous. Shoebox style. So pardon me for going over too much on the artwork, but golly, somebody put time and effort into doing this. You know, some graphics designer really went out of their way to make such a beautiful presentation that we look at once and we won't even see again. So let's see, who do we have? J.C. Hong and names I recognize on here in regards to designing anything. J.C. Hong, this is pretty much J.C.'s figure. Head painter, head art direction, painting controller. The master, Jin Chow. Yes, they are called the Toys Box 3.0. I bought them from a company out of Singapore, I think. You can find them online if you type. It's really difficult to find them if you type Toys Box. I mean, think about it. The name is appropriate as it does display exactly what they are and who they are, but it's such a generic name. It's difficult to find sometimes in your search engines. But these are the 3.0s. They make a 1.0, a 2.0, etc., etc. Some of them look like the Hall of Armor. Some of them obviously look like this. I think they even make smaller ones in the 1/9 scale. Don't get, maybe not telling you the truth there, but for some reason I have that in my mind. But they're about $110 also a piece. And they're battery operated. The very unusual battery. It's a large, it's almost the size of a, it's about that big around. It's got some size to it. And it lights at the top and lights at the bottom. And they're really cool. And I enjoy them a lot. I own, I think, 11 of them, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And when I ordered them the first time, they said, how many do you want? And I said, well, I guess I really want 33 of them. But I said, let's start with 10. And so I bought 10, and then I bought one more. And obviously now my Shades needs a home. Poor Shades here. He hasn't had his home yet. So I need to get one for Shades. And I've been debating on whether or not to buy another one or what direction I was going to go for that. Toys Box 3.0 is what these are called. You can also find them on eBay. Yeah, it is very affordable. Singapore, what a beautiful city, man. I was there back in 1986. What a gorgeous city. I was there actually at Christmas time. So you are experiencing a winter, or a nice warm summer now. This side of the country is, you're upside down from us, more or less, because it's warm for you. And here we're bundling down, putting on the long sleeve shirts, turning up the heat. And you guys are enjoying a summer, I imagine, right now, right? Or getting there? Singapore, what a beautiful city. I really enjoyed visiting there many years ago. So real small accessory package here, not much. We have the beads. Gosh, I don't remember what the name of these beads are. We have 4 hands, and we have the suit, pegs, nothing fancy. Real basic. And of course, I am collecting all of the Black Panther sets. So got Shuri coming. I hope that they go the whole route. I got Killmonger coming. He's supposed to be coming soon. As a matter of fact, I got a notification saying that he was coming a month earlier, or expecting him in a few weeks, actually. Here's the base, the octagonal, the 6-sided base. What is it, hexagon? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hexagon? With the crotch grabber. Put that over here. 1986, yeah, about many years ago. I'm an old man. May have been 87. I don't remember. And I imagine the city has changed quite a bit since then. One thing I remember was, what was really nice about the city was the cosmopolitanness, if that's a word, of it. It's like they spoke English just as well as they did several other languages. I think everything was written in like 5 different languages, it seems, if I remember correctly. I really enjoyed Singapore. Yeah, I agree, man. I'm looking forward to the throne, everything. All right, so we have fists that he is wearing now. Where did I just put my trusty, dusty pocket knife? There you go. He has fists that he's wearing. He has 2 grasping hands with claws retracted, and he has 2 sharp claws extended hands. Now these are gold colored, and if I remember correctly, T'Challa's are silver. Where in the world is my T'Challa? Yeah, man. I'm losing my mind, guys. T'Challa, where are you? Now, I bought this head sculpt, which I'm sure a lot of you as well have done. I really hated that they didn't offer this originally. Hot Toys did not. What a freaking disappointment that was. Chadwick Boseman nailed this character, man. He brought him to life. I didn't know anything about him from the comics until seeing the movie, and I was just really impressed with that whole, just the whole premise, everything about it. And I couldn't believe why, for the life of me, Hot Toys did not include this head sculpt with this figure. We've seen him many times without his helmet on, in this outfit, but for whatever reason, I'm assuming license wars or whatever agreement or arrangement, it didn't happen. Now, if I remember correctly, when I was reading or watching something from Ryan, the creator and designer of this suit, he said it was pretty simple enough. It seemed to me that he designed this after the Black Panther suit was designed, if I remember correctly from what he was saying. And that essentially the same suit, just golded out. And I'm seeing that as I'm removing everything here. It really is essentially the same suit, just golded out. And that's fine. No problem with that. Looking at the marks and textures and lines in here, that's the same. The helmet is totally different. So Black Panther's helmet is textured similar to the body, whereas this helmet is smooth. It's really cool looking here. Let's get this in here so you all can see that. Hopefully that'll focus in for you there. Did I ever do a Hot Toys Vampirella review? I did not do a Vampirella, and I bought them both, and I love them. Love, love, love my Bison figures. And I am in the process of putting my Lady Death figures together, and I will do a Vampirella with that. So I'll show you that real quick, where I'm at currently. This is the Asia version down there behind Gamora. Don't know if you can see that or not. I need more light in this room. And that's Lady Death's throne right there. And I have the other Vampirella in my box of things to do with my Lady Deaths. My Lady Deaths. 2 additional version 1 Lady Deaths that I purchased recently. Did not. But I love my Bison figures. YouTube does not love my Bison figures. For whatever reason, whenever I mention Bison or show a Bison figure, YouTube monetizes me. They hate, for whatever reason, Bison figures. And I cannot say Bison enough, it seems. But I love my Bison figures. I love my Vampirella. Here is the SHCC version. And, of course, my recent acquisition of Lady Deaths. See the one back there, I think. Here. Extremely articulate. They accurate of the human body, down to the last detail, and they're fun to have. I've cataloged also all the ones that are available on Big Bad Toy Store. Some of them Bison has collected or has discontinued. The first Bison figure that I bought for my wife, was called The Secret Agent. And I remember when that came in, she made a video of it and posted it up on YouTube. I believe you can still see it. I don't remember if she brought it down or not. I was just blown away by that figure. And I was sold on Bison ever since. Ever since. Sold on them totally and completely. Love, love, love my Bison figures. But I shy away from them because YouTube has gone totally insane. And anything I do that has anything to do with Bison, they demonetize me. And I hate that. So back to this. I bought the Chadwick Boseman face sculpt. Love it. It really turned out really well. And I have not seen a T'Chaka face sculpt yet. Have you all? Have any of you seen that? Why is Gamora? Man, I tell you what, I am going to let you know what I think about this T'Chaka here in a quick second here. Give you my opinion of it. So I pulled off the foot here to remove the plastic. I'm trying to press it back on, and it doesn't seem like it's going on. There it is. So it just felt weird. Maybe, I wonder if it has... It feels as though it has a, you know, on the Iron Man figures where you can pull the foot down to increase the articulation. It kind of feels like that is going on here. I may be out of my mind, but it almost feels as though I have a soft on. So there it is, not on all the way. Okay, which is going to, no, that's not. I'm out of my mind. It definitely has a false feeling that it's on. You can position it, but it's not. That will come off too easily. It definitely needs to go up further. Definitely has a little more of a push to get it to where it goes. But it fits well. And the important thing of that is the ability for them to stand without a stand. Because, yeah, both of this one feels the same way. sometimes you want to display your figure without them requiring a stand to stand on, and that an ankle is ever so important for that. If you have a weak or loose ankle joint, it's going to be next to impossible to be able to stand your figures properly. What's going on, Ghost? Green Weeaboo. Man, hey, good seeing you, man. Yeah, the SAC version, Vampire Rebel rocks. She does. And I remember when the Asian version came out, the question was, are they going to make a non-Asian version? I had no idea, had no knowledge. I guess I was alluding to this when I bought my first Secret Agent from Fison. I actually bought that directly from Fison. It is possible to buy toys from Fison at times, but I've since then just have bought everything off of from Big Bad Toy Store or the internet, or like eBay or whatever. But yeah, she sure does. The joint is on. It is good. Yeah, so let's see how articulated he is, because it being the same suit as Ryan Meanderding stated, I expect the articulations to be the same. And I did do a unboxing and review of the Black Panther. I don't think I included the Chadwick Boseman helmet or head because I did not have that. I'm glad to have that. It really brings the character to life. So I would imagine that we have the same movements, and I don't remember what they were, which I'll put a connection to that later on after the video. You can check that out later if you wish. But as you can see, they literally took everything that was silver and just made it gold. And then they put his cloth on here. So we have a little bag, some things, silver, red, gold, silver, and bronze. And he has tactical pants on. I am assuming underneath this is this, because this is just a one-piece suit. And I can't imagine for 1 second that they would just cut this up. I'm assuming underneath this is going to be the same suit. So, don't know how close to bring him for you guys to be able to see him well. Ian, how you doing, man? What's your opinion? People who have to make T'Chaka head sculpts for everyone to have for their T'Chaka figures. Like I said, there's a lot of times that I don't understand why Hot Toys doesn't include a figure's head sculpt. It really torques me off a lot of times, like I did with Chadwick Boseman. And I don't know why they didn't include it here. And it must be licensing. For instance, the new Neo figure that Hot Toys is making currently is somebody was in discussion with J.C. Hong in regards to the first Neo that Hot Toys had made many years ago. And that one was not a licensed figure, believe it or not. And it is now. So, especially with Disney holding on to the license now, things I imagine are different than what they were before Disney had it. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to display T'Chaka. Obviously, I decided to display T'Challa with his claws drawn and helmet off. Kind of like when we see him when he first made his appearance as Black Panther in Captain America Civil War after chasing Bucky down on the street, and the police were there, and he removed his helmet, and they're like, "Your Highness," and because obviously we knew who it was, but they did not know who this individual who had just shown up. So this is kind of where I'm at in regards to his displaying of that, and this is nice because I'm looking at this helmet. The mouth is open. You know what I'm saying? Compared to T'Challa on his helmet, the mouth is closed. Now, why is this important to me? And I don't know whether or not this is correct in the creation of it, but I would assume, or I would believe, that if a mouth is open, if teeth are shown, it's an aggressiveness. And maybe this rule is reference as to how he would have ruled Wakanda, or the people he was dealing with, is maybe he had to show his teeth, is the term, in regards to things. So whenever he had to don the Black Panther suit, whenever T'Chaka became the Black Panther, he wanted to make sure everybody knew that he meant business. And T'Challa's acceptance of the Black Panther suit. The teeth are not bared. Maybe he wanted to be more of the negotiator when he puts his Black Panther suit on. It's like the last resort. When I've put this on, it's time for business. But he hasn't bared his teeth. So I find that interesting that there's the difference there. And that's just my own rambling thoughts. I may not even be close to the realization of that, but that's what I get out of it when I see that. So this is my first time looking at the figure, and that's what's nice about my unboxings, is I try not to taint my opinion of these figures when I first see them by watching any other unboxing videos beforehand or paying much attention to what's coming out. I want to be surprised. I want to be shocked. I want this to be just like Christmas morning to me of, wow, look what I got. And that's kind of how I am right now with T'Chaka. I'm glad to have this. And for you guys that are on the fence, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're doing the Black Panther collections, I think you need him. So one of the questions as well is where to display him. We're getting the throne. We're getting Killmonger, and all of those individuals sat on the throne. You can put... Did you see the at San Diego Comic-Con, the Black Panther T'Challa in his, I don't know, regular garments? So you can display him in that. You can display T'Chaka on the throne. You can put Killmonger on the throne. You'll have lots of opportunities to do many things in regards to that. But I hope that they make his commanders. Forgive me for not knowing their names. I don't remember their names. And the other leaders of the different tribes in Wakanda, the different groups in Wakanda, I hope that we get those as well. I really hope they go for broke, especially because the movie's been up for nominations, right? The people who have to make you think Vulture? Oh God, Vulture would be so cool, Rick. Jeez. Yes, Ulysses Claw. Man, I see. There's just so many of Shuri. Yes, there are so many of these people who just get forgotten and washed away. For instance, Maria Hill. Very pleased that she got a figure, and I have her here with my. This is just kind of like the Avengers, more or less. That's where Black Panther stood. Anybody that was or has been an Avenger goes up there, and I've got way over here in the corner. Let me unplug this. Starting with the Hulk and Bruce Banner, and the Ant-Mans and the Hawkeyes, and I mean I have anybody who was at one point or another an Avenger, and I kind of have them in the Civil War display there, kinda. Not really, but that's kind of what this shelf is. So I'm really pleased whenever a figure is made for somebody who really wasn't the main character. Like Maria Hill, she so deserved one. She was in so many of the movies, and she really needed one. And I'm happy to have her. Head sculpts especially, whenever they... M'Baku. Yes, M'Baku. Thank you very much. What figures do you think we'll get for Captain Marvel? I have no idea. She's definitely a Captain Marvel. I'd like to see a younger Nick Fury. That'd be cool. So that's T'Chaka. Let's say, gosh, I really want to get to this Thor, but I don't want to do that until I have a UV light. I've been researching those, and everything you need one that has broadcast at 305 nanometers to make sure that it reflects properly. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much. I can understand that. Or how Infinity War is getting all of their figures out already. Oh my God, they are killing me, man. So Big Bad Toy Store is where I buy most of my figures, and except in situations where they are not selling the figure for one reason or another, I will buy it someplace else. But the nice thing about Big Bad Toy Store is you don't pay for it until it arrives in their store, which is nice. So you can order a figure that's not coming out until 2019 or 2020, like some of them are stated as, and have the opportunity to save up for that. Of course, I haven't been saving for my figures. So when they all start coming in like they are now, right before Christmas, it is killing me. Sheesh, it is absolutely killing me. So when they get pushed forward, I'm happy to have them, but my wallet is not very pleased. It is in pain right now. So I've got Dusty Deadpool coming for my Deadpool collection, and Killmonger is coming, and Purgatory, Fison's Purgatory is coming. So these are all figures that I've got coming up, plus the ones that I just received, the 5 that I received in the last 2 weeks. So what is that? It's going to be pushing like 10 figures in a month. Sheesh. Man, what can I say? I can understand, or how I would love a Happy Hogan. What in the world? Why do we not have a Happy? He was was a director, I think, of the very first movie, the Iron Man movie. Wasn't he a director of that as well? And we don't have a Happy yet. And obviously he went through weight changes. He was a big guy and he's lost some weight, and he's gone through facial changes, and he's been there for 10 years. You know, I like that in Captain America Civil War there at the end when Tony reveals the Iron Spider suit, or which we're assuming is the Iron Spider suit. Well, no, not the Iron Spider suit, excuse me. The Spider-Man Homecoming suit into him in it. Gosh darn it, what suit was it? It was the Iron Spider suit he showed him, wasn't it? Oh, geez, I'm losing it. But anyhow, when they were talking about the ring, and he says, I've been carrying this around for 10 years. Yeah, gosh darn it, give us a Happy Hogan. I would love a Happy Hogan. They release more 50 before A4 comes out. A4? Ian picked up the quarter scale Mark 42 this week. Oh, I bet you that's a beautiful figure. Sheesh. 17A Iron Spider. Yes. It's not fair that we get Dummy and Pepper, but no Happy. Right? Dummy and Pepper were no Happy. I know, right? I love my Pepper Pots. You get a chance to see Into the Spider-Verse. I have not. I did see Bumblebee movie the other night, last weekend, I believe it was. And at that movie with me as well, a shameless plug, was Sean Long. You guys may know him from his channel. And Andre from Black Nerd was there as well. And Trent was there. So I was in great company at the Bumblebee premiere. And so one of the questions, or one of the things you guys might wonder or believe, yeah, we know each other. We hang out with these guys. Not as often as you'd like. As time progresses, you don't get to spend as much time with your friends as you'd like to. But that was the first time getting to meet Black Nerd. I'd never met him in real life before. So it was really nice. Great guy. All these guys are great guys in real life. It's a tight-knit group of people, the collectors, and even smaller group of people of those of us who make the videos. And it's so nice to actually know these people and know that they're a real person. I've talked with Denobi many a times off camera, and he seems like a wonderful man. I would love to meet him as well. And of course, Shartimus, him and I consider him a friend, and he does that out here close to me. I've been to his house many times, and you know, it's good to do that. But no, I have not seen Spider-Verse, man. I'm so stoked about that. Spider-Man and I go way back. Happy Hogan could be released with a paddable body. Yeah, so you can make the different versions of him and various heads to reflect his looks. I would like to see that. I've not seen anybody. What's going on, Noble? How you doing, man? So I don't know what time we got. Oh, we got enough time for another figure. I don't know what was I just talking about? Opening up one of these. Where'd they go? Oh yeah, I guess I was discussing. I guess, you know, if all those fails, let's open up Captain America's movie promo edition from Avengers 3, which is, I don't know why they call it Avengers 3. I've been calling it Infinity War. It is, I assume, Avengers 3, and it's accurate to call it that, but I continue to call it Infinity War. Or maybe I'm confused. Maybe it truthfully is Avengers 3 and not Infinity War. I didn't want to open up another Captain America after just opening up one last week, but let's go through it. My initial order for Avengers 4 most anticipated: Ronin, yes. War Machine, Black Widow, yes. Iron Man, and whatever catches my eye too. I'm with you, Rick. Ghosts, I would pay for Optimus Prime to say, I've met him, by the way. I have met the voice, what's his name, who does Optimus Prime. Jeez, what an amazing man. Great guy. He was at the convention out here many years ago, and I met him and got to speak with him a little bit. I am Optimus Prime. He does a lot of voices. He's been in the industry a while. And I love that they continued him on into Bumblebee. Of course, you know, he is Optimus Prime, in my opinion. I pay for Optimus Prime to say, all right, I guess I'll turn into a truck now in a movie. That'd be cool. The only captain with a beard. Yes, I missed the Sideshow coupons. You know, gosh darn it. You know what I hate is whenever I've had to purchase a figure through Sideshow. Okay, so nothing real fancy here. These lines are defined right here. So they are cut into. I've noticed they've been doing this little notch on these cases lately. But anyhow, one thing I don't like about Sideshow is whenever you pre-order your figure, sometimes you don't get to use the coupon. And so by pre-ordering the figure and paying for it and getting it first, a lot of times you end up paying a heck of a lot more than if you waited 6 months and bought the figure. But on the other side of the coin, in 6 months' time, you might not be able to get the figure. For instance, as I was sharing with my wife last night, and I try not to discuss my figures too much with her. She's a wonderful woman. I love her to death, and I'm really blessed and very fortunate to be married to her. But sometimes when she thinks about them is kind of an issue, you know, would be. Anyhow, that Mark 21 Chrome, love it. One of my all-time favorite figures because it just looks absolutely amazing. And I need to light him up. I need to get some lights in this to light him up. But he is an amazing figure. And he is one that if you didn't get it when you got it, you really wish you had later because you were going to pay for it through the nose. Sideshow never released that figure, and I had to buy it third party. And that's always a little bit of a thorn sometimes when you have to do that. So here, of course, is my got the man stand. There's a third-party manufacturer that has made a new Stan Lee. By the way, I've seen that last night. There is another Stan Lee available. If you did not buy your Stan Lee, because there were two of them that were made, this one, and then there was another that was made, and they both sold out. I mean, these guys sat around on the market forever, and they couldn't sell. And then as soon as Stan left us, they sold out instantly. So there's another Stan Lee that is available now. So toys. I got my Hot Toy Gladiator Hulk from Sideshow Black Friday, and it went on sale. Right? Right? It pays to wait. It pays to wait. If you can, I hate to say that. If you can hold off and the figure doesn't sell out, it does pay to wait. I hate saying that. Oh, so the shadow box here, I showed one today. Look, what in the world is that? Look at that. He comes with some sort of a staff, a pike or sphere or something. I don't remember him carrying that. I should watch the movie before going through here. Anyhow, you can use these shadow boxes if you don't have any other place to display a figure. All right, point this out to you right now. You can display them in this box. Sure, it may look tacky to some of you, but that's a display box, believe it or not. So if you have no other place to actually put your Hot Toys figures, you can put them right in there. And also, even with some of the stands will fit. And you can display your Hot Toys figures in this as a box to show them off. And they'd be protected from dust. And they are in there. So it's a shadow box, and you can do that with your figures if you have no other display case for them. Just saying. What would you say if tomorrow if they release the House Party Protocol suits all in die cast? I'd be like, wow. I only collect certain Iron Mans, though. That's what Rick is saying. Corvus Glaive weapon. Thank you. I was curious what that was. I hope that does not mean that we will not get the Black Order. Is that what they were called? The other figures. I mean, I've seen them displayed. I pray that we get all of them. The Wizard, the big guy, he's got to be larger than Hulk. I don't even know. Give us all of them. I want them all. The only one they've shown us as a figure was, I think it was Corvus Glaive, but I pray that they give us those. And who is it? The guy that put the Infinity Stone into his hammer from Guardians of the Galaxy. What happened to him? You know, they told this story in Infinity Wars, but we didn't get to see that. So this is huge. This is probably, I don't have my ruler here, I'd say 14 inches tall. This is cool. God, this is amazing. That's really neat. What is this? By the way, I've got running through my head right now the old song Wolves by Marshmello and what's her name? Selena Gomez. Love that song. I don't know why that's going through my head. So this looks like a, I like that his sleeves are rolled up. Down to business. What in the world is this? This is cool. Has a little area here that is blue, like would be a glowing something or other. You know, like a knife, more or less. What is this? Is this another one of the Black Order weapons? This is really cool. And it as well is approximately 14 inches. No, not as tall. This is about 12.5 inches. Not quite as tall as the other. Can you guys see that? This is neat. What is this? Anybody know? I love Ant-Man and the Wasp. Really looking forward to getting those. The same spear was used to prevent vision from phasing. Ah, gotcha. Collector's kryptonite dust. Ronan, he'll be in Captain Marvel. Ah, okay. I like that thought. Proxima. Yes, Proxima. Is that what this is? Proxima Midnight's weapon? So it scares me whenever they do this. I hope that doesn't mean that we won't get the figures. Because I'm really wanting Thanos' guys. Oh, what do we have? Lots of hands here. 2 shields. These must have been the secret weapons that they didn't talk about when they were saying that these were coming out. This must be those weapons that they were saying. I wonder if this attracts. Here, so there's a screw there behind that. It looks like it does something. Looks like that's a hinge there. You should read up on, you know, it does something. Remember, he like slid them out. There we go. What is this there? No idea. Eight different hands, fists. We have the finger. And then we have a pair of grasping hands for holding things. And we have a pair of relaxed hands for when he's chilling. And then we have the extended hand, if you will. One of these guys that were attacking Wakanda, severed to sit at the base. This is interesting base I'm looking at here. Get two things here, it looks like. Crotch grabber. Pegs, which you can never have too many of. Get the Chuckus pegs here. So we have this logo, Avengers Infinity War, Captain America. And then we have this. It can be displayed right over that, should you so desire. I don't know why they just gave us that and didn't give us something actually textured. So maybe that was what the plan was, and then at the last minute they just said, no, just make a little cover to go over it. Because they've made lots and lots and lots of textured bases in the past. For instance, as you will remember, the Iron Man Mark I textured base right there, and the Chitauri soldiers bases. So it's not unheard of for them to make that base. So I'm very curious why they gave us this and the didn't get made in regards to a textured base. So this is cool. Put that right over there if you so desire. For whatever reason that you may wish to display him on the rocks with this wrapped around it, should you so incline as well. As such, if you wish. Black Order. Are you getting the Hall of Armor for just announced? Let's get, let them pump out Mark 50 soon. Oh God, no. Jeez, I need my money. Those Outriders. Outriders, thank you. You know, I was thinking the same thing. They look like Venom, don't they? Speaking of Mark 1, I think the PO announcement of Mark 1 diecast is just around the corner. Probably January 2019. Thank you, NK. I don't know what to call you. NK? Does that work? I'm assuming SG stands for Singapore. That is exciting because that is the last of the 7. Somebody had mentioned earlier, just a few moments ago, in regards to the diecast of the entire Hall of Armor. I am fearful of that, but I want that. The first diecast figure that they mentioned when Hot Toys was announcing their release of diecast, believe it or not, many years ago they made this announcement. The first one was supposed to be the Mark 17 Heartbreaker, believe it or not. Some of you, I'm sure, already know that. So that was, I guarantee you, is going to be a diecast figure because they had intended on making that one originally many years ago. And it didn't come to fruition. Instead, the first diecast figure was Mark 3? No. Help me out. Mark 42? Iron Patriot? I don't even remember anymore. But anyhow, yeah, they're coming. That's why the Mark 28 Jack was showcased to us or snuck to us in one of the other figures. When they made the announcement, they showed the Mark 28 Jack in there, and they haven't released it. And that was probably 2.5 years ago that they showed pictures of the Mark 28 Jack as a Hot Toys figure. And that's because the Mark 28 Jack is essentially a Heartbreaker, more or less, but not exactly. But once the Mark 7 was announced as diecast, it's really what's holding everything back. The Mark 7 has a few problems, and with this new release as the diecast, I guarantee you those problems will be resolved. One of those problems being the elbow joints. So on this Mark 9, you can see, because that is obviously a Mark 17 and a 7 with, I believe, a Mark 33 helmet. But the elbows, they have these rubber silicone joints in them, which degrade and dissolve and the cables in them get mucked up. So with the announcement of the diecast Mark 7, I guarantee you that a diecast Hall of Armor is coming, and I would not be surprised at all if Mark 17 happened to be the first one that has come out. And the Heartbreaker, which this tank is an exact recreation of, just a different paint scheme. Heartbreaker is one of my all-time favorite figures. So, of course, the Mark 24 tank as well would be. Did I pre-order new diecast Marks? I did, from Big Bad Toy Store. I believe I did buy them from the Big Bad Toy Store, and as a matter of fact, I ordered 2 of them. Because just as my Mark 6s, as I display them in different places, I will do that with the Mark 7. I just put together my Mark II diecast up with my Hall of Armor. I took my Mark II, what's it called? The one that opens ways, Unleashed, Armor Unleashed. I put that in my new gantry that came with my Mark IV, because I already have a Mark IV in a gantry. So I put that Mark IV, I put a nice, clean, undamaged Mark IV in my gantry and flipped over the bases to the white. And then I took my Mark II Armor Unleashed and put him into the other gantry that I have. Let me show you that, guys. Let me just take you on a tour to the other room, the office. Where I have up here my Avengers Age of Ultron collection right there. With this little skeleton guy, I've got something planned with him I've been working on for a couple of years. And right here is what I was just referring to. I put my Armor Unleashed Iron Man in this gantry, and I really dig how he came out. So these pieces are not magnetized. So in order to get them attached to the gantry, I used a little bit of Elmer school glue, some white glue, and I put that leg down there, and I put another little thigh piece right there. It's glued it to that with some Elmer school glue. And the purpose being of that is you can remove it easily. Just a little water and it'll come right off. But I really dig how this looks, because obviously the suit had to be donned with a gantry. So that's my Mark II gantry, and that's my Mark IV gantry. The original gantry release has these pieces that can be flipped over. So that would be at the Stark Expo, would be that presentation. Down here I have my Iron Man 2 presentation, Mark 6 there. Mark 6 in the King Arts Avengers. I have not put these little guys in here yet, that's why he's down there. But I will do that after I get the little things in there. My Mark 3 with Ironmonger, which I do not know whether or not they will remake that. And I'll tell you why I'm not exactly certain should that be remade or not. It would be nice if they remade it. But whether or not they will remake it, because of the simple fact that the Whiplash 2 is brand new. To this day, you can buy Whiplash 2 all day long if you wanted to buy one. Why didn't it ever the those guys, the one that hammered, why have they never made those toys? I've never even seen a tease on that. Like Vulture. We see this beautiful tease of the Vulture. NK is my name. Thank you, NK. You excited for Aquaman? You know what? I hate to say this, because I love Superman and Batman. I haven't seen any of those movies this year. I didn't see any of the Justice Leagues. I didn't see the Ben Affleck Batman. And I hate to say that. I mean, I really am. But my time has just been to the point where I haven't been able to do that. And I regret that I have not done that. I have Netflix, but you tell me that Aquaman is supposed to bring back the respect that the other movies kind of destroyed in regard. So one of my I call them Facebook friends. They're people that I meet on Facebook, and is Nenny D. You may or may not know Nenny. Vice versa, Nenny D. I hate when I write one of these and can't get them back on. It's more effort. What an amazing likeness. Was it that sculpted this face on him? Where is it? What an amazing likeness. Long hair. Nomad. Nomad. I used a silver of bean. The gantry arm works very well, still fits the chest. Captain, I would say, here, he looks a little off. Now, it might just be because of the beard is making me think that there's something wrong. You know, because I've been looking at him for all these years without a beard. And so maybe that just makes my brain not want to accept him as such. But he looks a little off. Can't really get a seated position. Same problem that we had when I did that with the last week when I did that with the Captain America concept. Starting to see a little separation there. So be careful in bending that over. Really restrictive. He is movable, but restrictive. The suit plays a great part in that. But great double jointed elbow there. Definitely get a lot going on there. I guess YouTube has decided that they are done with me, and that happens at an hour. So I guess I'm going to sign off. I hope this is still recording. I don't know whether it is or not very much. And I will see you guys next week. And a lot going on still. Got my Spider-Man set up. I didn't show you that when I walked into the room. I should have showed you that when I was just over there in the other room. So thank you very much. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Oh man, what a heartbreaking scene. So thanks for tuning in. And I don't know whether or not this is still recording. But I will see you all on the next video. Get a little zoom in here on this as we finish this off. Didn't really get a chance to go over this much. But YouTube does not like me recording for more things happening with YouTube, so I'm really pushing. So I will see you all next Saturday. Thank you. I hope you two enjoy your time with me. See you on the next video. Happy collecting.